Well, the barefoot movement I don't think is anything new. Okay, as a traditional industry, farriers have always given total hoof care to horses, whether that was shoeing or trimming. We have farriers out there that 80 or 90% or 100% of their business is barefoot. Then we have other people that the majority of their business is shoeing horses with shoes. And then we go down the middle of the road, and most businesses will have a significant part of their business being shoeing, with another significant part being trimming and hoof maintenance. The modern farrier needs to give information to the owner so that they can make a decision whether it needs shoeing or whether barefoot hoof care is appropriate. You know, if we went down the barefoot route, most humans could go and have bare feet. But after a few months, yes, my feet would harden up, but I probably still wouldn't perform athletically to the best of my ability without shoes. So saying that horses can go without shoes is totally correct. You know, they can. Many can. But it leaves them with a lesser foundation for them to work from. There seems to be so much emphasis on sole depth, and they're taking our industry back 40 or 50 years when we're talking about treating feet almost like blocks of wood. You know, we're just taking away excess. There seems to be very little interest in hoof balance, what hoof balance is, how hoof balance can be affected by conformation or by posture, and how it affects the ride of the horse. So it's the hoof maintenance on barefoot is often simplifying something that's actually a very complicated subject. When we look at pictures in the media and on the internet, we often see the barefooters using pictures against the farrier of horses that have hoof problems. And we look at those hoof problems, and a very high percentage of them are going to be horses that are exposed to negligence. It's extended shoeing periods. Well, I'm afraid if I shoe a horse today, when I come back in 4 weeks, I'm afraid it's not balanced. All feet grow out of balance. But what I'm doing is putting shoes on to protect the balance I had. Had the horse not had shoes and had been working hard, then the feet would have worn out of balance to a higher degree. So we do have to remember when we're looking at barefoot pictures and we see some pretty gross stuff, most of the gross stuff is not poor horseshoeing, it is negligence. We're just not representing ourselves as well as we can. And I hate to say against the barefooters, because it's not against the barefooters, it's to make sure that we get what's optimum for the horse. You know, it's not looking at, you know, we have to shoe horses. No, we've never had to have all our horses shod. It's really a case of shoeing the horses that will benefit from it. There's probably half the horses in the UK have probably not got shoes on right now. It might even be 50 or 60% don't have shoes on. And I think that's normal in most countries, because if horses got shod in mass, we'd need a lot more farriers. You know, the barefoot industry's always been there. It's a very large industry, and we've taken care of it. What we haven't taken care of is the needs of the owner to be informed.